On December 1st, 1948, Australian police discovered a dead body on the beach, and the only clue they had to identify the man was a scrap of paper reading Tamam Shud. This is a quick story about the Tamam Shud case and the Somerton Man. It looked weird. He was wearing a suit and polished shoes on a beach on a hot summer evening. Initial inspection revealed no obvious cause of death. The clean-shaven man didn't seem injured in any way. The Somerton Man had athletic legs and seemed to be in his 40s or 50s, and strangely, all the labels and tags were missing from his clothes. He had no money, wallet, or identification of any kind. When the police estimated the time of death at 2 a.m, they found that the body hadn't been moved, but pathologists noticed a couple of irregularities. He had small, oddly shaped pupils, and he also had blood in his stomach, which suggested poisoning. However, further tests revealed nothing, which led some investigators to believe he digested digitalis or strethanthin, two poisons that don't leave a trace. Identifying him proved impossible. Both the FBI and Scotland Yard had no records. Despite coroners saying the Somerton Man died of heart failure, they couldn't find any cause of death. At Adelaide railway station, police found the man's suitcase. It contained some clothing labelled T. Keen. However, this yielded no leads. One of the most puzzling clues in the case came several months later, after a closer look at the Somerton Man's belongings revealed a small pocket sewed into the waistband of his trousers. There, investigators found a folded piece of paper that read Tamam Shud, which is Persian for it's finished, or it's ended. It was found torn out of a rare New Zealand edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a 12th century work of poetry. The police launched a national campaign to find the book, and a man came forward with a copy that had its last page ripped out. But this man said he didn't know anything about the poems or the Somerton Man. The man explained that during the previous summer, he and his brother-in-law visited Somerton Beach, and when they returned to their car, they noticed a copy of Omar Khayyam's Rubaiyat on the floor, but both men had assumed it belonged to the other and didn't give it a second thought until they saw the national campaign to find it. Within the book, police found 2 unlisted phone numbers and faint lines of code. One phone number was a dead end, but the other led to Jessica Ellen Thompson, a nurse living on Somerton Beach. Thompson was reluctant to speak to the police, but she finally admitted to giving a copy of the book to a man named Alfred Boxall. When Adelaide police followed this lead, it was a dead end, as Boxall still had the copy that Thompson gave her. Despite Thompson's claim that she didn't know the Somerton Man, police said she reacted oddly to seeing a plaster cast of his face and almost fainted. But having exhausted that lead, police turned to the faint code in the book. Under a blacklight, they could make out a strange jumble of letters, but not even military intelligence could crack it. Lacking more leads to pursue, the police laid the Somerton Man to rest on June 14, 1949. The coroner in South Australia wrote in his 1958 report that he couldn't tell you who the deceased was, how he died, or what the cause of death was. It seemed impossible to solve. There have been several theories about what happened to the Somerton Man, the most popular of which is that he was a spy who knew too much. Many investigators found his death highly unusual, especially if he was indeed killed by poisons that disappear. This theory is supported by the fact that no one came to claim the body despite the publicity. Also, the indecipherable code and ambiguous meaning of Tamam Shud. It all seems like something out of a spy novel. The Somerton Man was exhumed for DNA testing in May of 2021, but no results have been published yet. What do you think? Will this mystery ever be solved? We might just find out soon.